Hi Taurus, welcome to my channel. My name is Kem. So today, Taurus, for a meditative session, you guys got feathers. I really feel like you're getting a lot of signals, you're getting a lot of messages, and you could be seeing a lot of feathers too, but I think that it's all for a reason, right? I'm not saying that it's like a tough time for you guys, but I feel like there's something that they like want you to know, right? Like your connection to them can't be severed, right? But and it's always present. But I feel like at this specific time, they could be trying to like really relay messages to you because there's something like going on, right? And I feel like feathers kind of symbolize like higher knowledge, right? Like birds, like wisdom, right? Like feathers, air. And I'm thinking like, it's kind of like a sign that I feel like whatever train of thought you have right now, like it doesn't even have to necessarily be something like in the 3D. I think it's like a thought, or like maybe it's a gut feeling, like intuition, right? And it's like maybe you have a feeling of like where you need to be right now, or like, you know, like a gut feeling, right? Your intuition is telling you something, and I think it's really important to listen to the message that they're giving you, right? Because even though like I think it could be uncomfortable to listen to some of their messages, like, you know, some of them don't favor like what we want, it's the best thing for us, right? It's what we actually need. So I feel like whatever they're trying to get to, you know, they're trying to tell you right now, like whatever intuitively you're thinking, that's kind of them helping you out, right? Like every time you like knock down the train of thought, right? It kind of does yourself a disservice because you're like ignoring your intuition. So I would say like, for Taurus right now, like listen to your gut, listen to your intuition. If you see feathers, like that's a sign that they're with you, but they're not only going to be there to like show you that they're there, they're going to help you, like, you know, with whatever's going on in your life. And I feel like that comes in the form of like, you know, helping you with your you know, third eye. So yeah, Taurus, that's what I got for your meditative session. Let's pull some more cards and see what we get. So, Taurus, I feel like they're trying to let you know that whatever like difficulties you're facing right now, I think it has a lot to do with, how do I explain this? It's like, let's just say you took a wrong turn, right? Like, you know, you're like on your way to someone's house and you take a wrong turn. What happens? Like the GPS redirects you, right? Like that always happens usually. I mean, yeah, that's what happens, right? Like you get redirected and they get you there another way. And that's what I'm getting with this reading. It's like, even if you took a step in the wrong direction, even if there's like a misstep somewhere, it's all an illusion, the fact that you can't like just redirect yourself, right? I feel like you might think right now you're kind of stuck, or you might think like, you know, there's some sort of like, you know, like you took a wrong step and now it's like you're never going to reach your destination. Like that's all fear and that's all illusions. And I feel like that's, with the devil in reverse, I feel like it's not even, like it's something that you know, like consciously, right? Like, you know, like, it's like, you know that, you know this like information, right? With the 8 of Swords in upright and the devil in reverse and the Empress, it's like, you know that this like whatever I'm telling you, you know, right? It's like, it's not something you don't know, but it's a different thing to actually apply the information, right? It's a different thing to actually like do it in the 3D, right? Like, yeah, you know that this isn't the end. You know that it's not like, you know, that you can always move forward, but yet it still pains you. It still brings you instability. It still like hurts you, right? Like the fact that like you might have went like in a wrong direction, or you know what I mean? Like things aren't shaping up the way that they, you know, you thought they would be. And it's funny because it's like, I don't think you're not like psychic, right? But I think that's why you got like the feather, because it's like you kind of knew in the back of your mind that this might not work out, or a situation would like maybe not work, and you were like, okay, I'm gonna do it anyway. But in the back of your mind you were like, this might not work out. And I feel like you're kind of like mad at yourself because it's like, oh, it didn't work out, like good job, right? Like you fucked up, or you screwed up, or like you kind of knew that was going to happen. And Taurus, that's not really the way to think about things. Like I feel like the better thing to do is like to always take the chance, right? like I wouldn't be mad at myself for taking the chance, but I feel like that's what you're doing right now. You're mad at like if you did start a new opportunity, it didn't work out the way you thought it would, and you're like upset, right? And or like, you know, something to that effect. Like it's like, it's not like the end, right? It's like basically a new beginning, right? To start over, to start something new. And I feel like, again, they're giving you every opportunity for that. They're telling you like, if one way didn't work, another way will. If one person isn't like the right person, then someone else could be, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be like the end, right? It's just, again, another beginning. But I feel like the fact that there's another beginning for you really makes you feel some sort of way, right? Makes you feel like, you know, I wasn't using my intuition, I wasn't using my like ability, like I must have be like, you know what I mean? Like I think you're mad for taking a misstep, but again, I think that the misstep could have been like divine order, right? Like sometimes we have to take a misstep so we can learn something, like, do you know what I'm saying? And then we'll be rerouted, right? And that's what I feel like they're trying to communicate to you, right? It's like with the Maiden in reverse and then the Page of Wands upright, I feel like it's a correction of this energy. Like, yeah, we're gonna fix it for you. Like, yeah, you might have like took the wrong step this way, so we're gonna redirect you this way, right? And that's what I feel like they're trying to communicate to you. Like, you can get to whatever it is that you're trying to get to. It doesn't matter like if you made a wrong turn. The ending is still there. Do you know what I'm saying? We can take as many routes as we need to get to the end, but we're gonna get there no matter what. And that's what they want you to know with the Sun as the last card. It's like that you're gonna get there, right? It doesn't matter like if it took a long time, or you know what I mean? It's like, stop. I feel like you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself and a lot of like anxiety, and there's a lot of like, again, thought, right? And it's like everything's being corrected, which is why I really like this reading. It's like the Queen of Cup in reverse, but then the Page of Cup upright, right? Like they're gonna give you another chance, basically. With the Self in reverse, it's like saying to me like someone who's not like in alignment, but then you get the Ace of Wands upright, right? And then you get the Two of Swords upright, right? Which is with the scales of balance, right? So it's like this energy is being corrected. It's already like, you know what I mean? If it's not the same, it's better. And if it's not the same, it's different. But still, it's still the same thing, right? Like they're giving you a second chance, basically. And I think that what you need to contemplate right now, or what you are contemplating about, is like with the Seneschal, I feel like it has a lot to do with loyalty. It has a lot to do with collaboration. Again, I feel like maybe you picked like a wrong partner, or like you picked a wrong path. There's something here about this misstep that's making you think a lot, right? With the Thought card coming out and the Five of Cups, it's kind of like, I don't even think it's reminiscing. I think it's like torturing yourself over it, and it's like it doesn't need to be that way, right? It doesn't need to be where like you don't have to keep like sitting in this energy, right? Like maybe you did make a mistake, so what? Like keep going, right? Like that's what it's all about, right? It's like how well can we bounce back from a mistake that we made, right? Like how well can we bounce back from like a shitty situation, right? Because everyone has these shitty situations in life, and like we have to like learn to kind of deal with it, right? Like we can't, you know, sometimes we put ourselves in these situations, and I think that's kind of why you're upset. It's like you put yourself in that situation yourself, right? It's like nobody kind of did it to you but yourself. But again, there's something here that you're meant to learn from this like misstep, and I think you should just kind of understand that, and again, not torture yourself over it, not be like super like, you know, mad. It's more about just acceptance. And again, I think the lesson here has to do with the Seneschal. The Seneschal is like about loyalty, it's about collaboration, and I feel like, again, it might have to do with somebody that you chose to be with. Again, it's like something that you chose yourself. And maybe this is telling you that like you won't take a misstep again. Like this lesson is teaching you something really valuable in the steps that you take, right? Like, I don't know, I think I really think that this is like the key, right? Like, this is probably what you learned during this like misstep, and I think that's what you're thinking about, right? And I don't see anything in reverse here, and I like that the seneschal is upright, because I feel like, again, it's kind of teaching you that you can kind of trust yourself. Like, this is all tests to learn to trust yourself, and don't like not trust yourself just because you took a misstep, basically. Like, you still have your intuition, you still have your guidance. Again, you got the feathers in the meditative session. It has a lot to do with them communicating to you, and I feel like what they're trying to communicate to you is like that you can trust yourself, right? You don't have to like, yeah, one misstep, but that doesn't mean that you can't trust yourself, right? So yeah, Taurus, that's what I'm getting. Let's pull some advice for you guys. So you guys got Dove Spirit number 21, making a 3, be at peace. I think that the reason they want you to be at peace is because, again, like everything we've spoken to, everything we've spoken about, like everything here is going to be replaced, right? And like the sun is coming out right at the end of this to show you that, like, I mean, it's the happiest card in the deck, right? It has like it's a really good I would say omen, right, to get the sun at the end of this. And I think that with being at peace, again, it's like you're torturing yourself, right? And you have to kind of like let it go. The fact that like even if you did make a mistake, it doesn't mean that you can't trust yourself. And it's funny because the dove, she sings this song, which I think is supposed to be significant of like, it's like a mourning the old and embracing the new, right? It's like a prophecy for the new to come. Like, that's what the dove symbolizes. And I think that it's really significant for this reading, right? Especially that we have the white, right? Like, the white to me shows like, I mean, it's not only the light, right, versus the dark, but I feel like the white is symbolic of like rebirth, right? And I feel like you also got white buffalo calf woman. So there's something here with the white. And she's the prophetess of the sacred way. My heart is the compass. The path of love is true abundance. Again, I feel like the cycle can have you questioning like maybe relationships, maybe people in your lives. Again, like I think someone maybe you've trusted, like it didn't work out. Like there's something here with that. And I think, again, it's like companionship and loyalty. Like, what does that mean to me? And like, what does that say about me if I kind of chose the wrong person? And I feel like, again, they want you to be at peace because like this is only a beginning for you again. And to not like, yeah, if you want to mourn the old, but don't like torture yourself about it. Do you know what I'm saying? You're still like, the Empress is upright, right? We have the Seneschal upright, right? Everyone here is upright, signifying to me that it's like, it's safe to trust yourself. Like, yeah, like again, one mistake doesn't mean that you can't like trust yourself, right? And yeah, my heart is a compass. Like, don't like take yourself out of like that space, right? Like, stay like, if you can trust yourself, then I feel like you can create a new path for yourself, right? But it has to do with like first trusting yourself. So yeah, Taurus, I really love this reading. I hope this resonates with you guys. I love you, and I'll see you next week. Bye.